Yo, it's the KIDHYPHEN, the kid hype.
Hey, MJ fan, this is Far Christ.
Hey, this is MJ Love.
And you are listening to the Moonwalker Child Podcast.
The only place to be if you're a real Michael Jackson fan.
And you tuned in with the Moonwalkers Chat Podcast.
And this is a place to be if you're a real Michael Jackson fan.
What's going on, Moonwalkers? It is Daryl Wood, just Mr. P, and Dove Angel D of the Moonwalkers Chat Podcast, and this is episode 31. It is 2 days after Christmas, 12/27/2020. We're approaching the end of the year very, very soon, but first off, happy holidays, everybody. I hope you had a fantastic Merry Christmas, and hope all is well with everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Dove, you here with me?
I am here.
She is here. And what's going on, Dove? What's going on, Moonwalkers?
I'm just chilling.
You can see I'm chilling, obviously. I'm chilling outdoors in the cold, but I'm doing a report from outside today because it'll be a lot quieter. It's still the holiday season, and I'm visiting the compound, the family compound, as I call it, and get some quiet outside. Oh, thank you for plugging that in for me. And get this show on the road. I mean, I know it's going to be a little noisy during the holiday season because we have our family around and stuff. So, but yes, let's go. So I know you guys have heard about what's going on regarding the sale of Neverland Ranch, and I will say that I'm not completely shocked because eventually this was to eventually come. I mean, they've been pushing the sale of the ranch for years. They've been raising the price, lowering the price, lowering the price, lowering the price, and upping the price again to the point that the price totally dropped to something below what they were asking for the first couple of times around. I mean, now it was sold for, what was it, $22 million, Dove?
Million. Yeah.
Oof. I honestly say that the ranch really has no price. I mean, it's a priceless place. And I don't even know how they were actually able to put a price on, to me, a place that was sacred to MJ. And a place that was sacred to his family when they were allowed to come there, of course. When they were allowed to come there. A place that was sacred to dozens of families, needy families, and not even just needy families, but random people that he would invite there just to show them a good time because they couldn't afford to go to an actual amusement park. So it's like all of the good memories that we know about Neverland is now come crashing down with this sale. Yeah, it's now gone.
Yep.
I mean, like, I had no real feelings at first about it because everyone was messaging me and sending me the article. One of the articles that I was sent, I can read from it now. One of the articles I was sent was from the Washington Times. And, of course, they said Neverland Ranch was sold to what was his name? Richard Burkle?
Ronald.
I can't remember this guy's name at all. I said Richard Burkle? I'm like, God, why did I think Richard? I knew it was an R name, though.
An R name.
Yeah, it was an R name, so I was correct on that one. God, because there's so much ads on the article before you even get down to any information. But it says that he buys the property for $22 million, and of course, you already know that there's going to be spins put on the sale of this particular event regarding MJ. It's going to somehow be tied to the hoax, even though I see nothing as of late that points to this having anything to do with MJ. And this is something, and people may get upset for hearing me say this, but I said today that Neverland actually went on the market was the day that I really thought that MJ just really either gave up on trying to keep the property or maybe he was gone. And people would really like rip me to shreds, say, "Are you kidding me?" But I don't know, because I mean, that's just speculation. It's nothing research, but that's just my thoughts on that. Because it just seems mighty odd. I mean, they've been pushing the sale of the ranch, I believe, since 2014. I remember
Yes.
seeing, yes, I remember seeing one of the first articles about the sale, and of course, the price dropped, and then it dropped again, and then it dropped again, and then it dropped again, and then the price went back up, and then for this sale, the price went even lower than what they were asking for. So I'm just
Yep.
wondering what is going on with this. But Dove, what do you think about all of this?
Well, I'm gonna say what I honestly feel, and I think it's a breaking point, regarding the whole MJ universe. Let's call it like that, because it started with for me personally, it started with first the Instagram account being memorialized, or however you call it, then putting it back to his or its original state, like nothing happened. That was kind of like a red flag for me. And then after a couple of weeks or a month later or so, Neverland Ranch got sold. And I don't care whether it's a friend of his, or he either did even business with MJ at a certain point. For me, it's like it's over. The story's over. There's no fantasy anymore. It hasn't been for a very long time, because Neverland, since Michael left Neverland, it was never to be the same again. You know, and after the estate took over alongside Colony Capital, them removing the animals and the rides and stuff like that, just the whole magical thing was gone. And now it's like the definitive point of, for me, it's like you can let go now. It's okay. It's done. It's over. Stop it. You can move on now.
Because one of the stories that's been circulating around the MJ and the hoax community for the last couple of years was that the whole reason why the sale of Neverland wasn't being done, it was just being put up, but no one was buying it because MJ was bidding over and over and over to keep people from buying it, and that he was living on the property is what was being said to me. And I said, I don't know how much information anyone has had on it, and I did ask for the same way I get asked for it. Show me some
Hmm.
proof. I want to know or see
Yeah.
exactly what points to this being said.
Hmm.
And I honestly felt even then once they put the ranch on sale the first time around, I said, okay, something's not right, and I think this might be actually it.
Yeah. Me
I
too.
don't know why, but I really think that this may be actually it. I mean, until something else pops up research wise that can show me something different, I just don't even know.
Yeah, but isn't it weird though? The things that have been happening since the whole account thing. It's just, it's small things, it's small details, but it kind of makes you, it's like a slap in the face, like, wake the hell up, it's over, it's done.
I'm just really still trying to figure out, like, Is this actually tied to the hoax? Or could this be the end of the hoax? We don't know, but it just seems very, 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 very odd. All of this. And that's just me
Yeah,
speaking
and
logically and not as a researcher, not as an MJ fan. It's just me speaking as a human being and me just really thinking like maybe this is actually it.
exactly. That's how I feel. And all of his stuff, you and I talked about it the other day. His personal stuff is being auctioned left and right. It's like Michael is slowly fading away. He's fading away from us, and maybe it's time for us to realize that we need to move on. Maybe it's time for us to move on and just let him be, whether he's around or not.
I agree with that. I mean, now, like, I feel that the hunt and the chase to find out, not even find out what happened to him, because that's what I research. I try to find out the how and the why. I never ever try to put out anything that says I know where he is or I speak to him or anything like that. I mean, I hear it a lot, but I don't personally do it. I've never said that I've spoken to him. I don't pretend to have done so. I don't research anything. I mean, if there's any videos that have come up that look pretty much like it could have been, I'll share it. But as for me
Right.
trying to hunt him, find him, or as the MJ hoax community says, smoke him out, never was one to even want to do that because the whole point in leaving was to actually stay gone. It wasn't to come back. And I get a lot of
Hmm.
things, to my inbox. And I mean, I love all the messages, and we always have our rebuttals back and forth about all of this stuff. Everybody who
Yeah.
messages me knows it. You know, I don't think that he left to come back. I
No.
don't think he left to come back. And why go through all of that work to actually come back? Because I keep getting Bam's Day dates. I mean, if I read off several of the dates that I've gotten, it would probably make you shit. I'm like, but I've gotten so many different dates between now and 2022. And I said, I don't know how realistic this is because I'll always ask the ones who tell me these dates, what is pointing to this date? What evidence do you have towards this date? And that's typically when I don't get a response, the subject is changed, or I wind up cursed out and blocked. Because the same
Right.
way, me as a researcher, I expect people to question what I say. If they don't agree with something, that's what the comment section is for. I'm going to question things as well. And when I hear
Of
certain
course.
things, yeah, when I hear certain things, I do want to know more about it. And I'm not questioning to be disrespectful. I just want to know more, just more information on what you're telling me so that way I can understand where you're coming from.
Exactly. But I do have to agree with our with our daughter here, Chanel, that she said that the kids were I think even part owners of a chunk of land on Neverland, and they were even visiting back and forth. And after even Michael went away, they put up a Peter Pan statue when he was not even, you know, able to see it or whatever. So for me, it's like it's even more weird. Why did it got sold if the kids still own a chunk of land? I mean, they would have had to come to an agreement with this Burkle guy for him to buy the whole property. Because if there's a chunk missing, you can't really buy it. You get what I'm saying? So is it like, do they not care about it? Did they not put up a fight for no, you're not going to buy what's ever left from my dad's legacy? Or is it like, okay, fine, you know what, you can have it? So for me, it's like, it's I don't know. It's just like it's over. The fairy tale's over, and it makes me sad in some kind of way. But also, I'm good with it. I made peace with it, because I've been on the fence and on and off the roller coaster during this whole Hoax period, and you know this, Daryl, that
Hmm.
I was on the fence that whether
Yeah.
he was or he wasn't. So for me, it's like, okay, it's whatever. I'm not a believer. I'm not a non-believer. I'm not anything of that. I'm just an MJ fan, and I'm good with that.
It was no longer a safe spiritual place for him after the raid, but it's very weird. It's sold now in this year. And here in the UK, he's always in the UK tabloids like back in the 80s. That's so true. And notice how 2020 has been the year to top all recent years with all of these crazy events going on and this being added to 2020's demise. This is crazy. This is now another crazy event of 2020. So now we can add this to everything else that we've lost during 2020 between relatives, friends, because of that virus going around. I don't want to say the name because YouTube will put that stupid stamp on my video. I don't want that. Uh, and then between all the celebrities that's passed on, and then all the crazy events around the world that's been going on. I mean, now the sale of Neverland Ranch,
Yeah,
and so close to Christmas too. I mean, that was interesting. I mean, everyone was reporting on it between the 24th and the 25th, and I was just like, oh, so does this have any ties to the number seven? I was just wondering that too because I was like, is this supposed to be some sort of sick Christmas gift? I mean, how is this something to present with? Well, not even present with, but present to the public during the Christmas holiday for those who actually do truly support MJ? Was this supposed to be some sort of slap in the face Christmas gift from them, from the media? I'm just wondering.
I don't know. Maybe it is a wake up call for all of us to really wake up and smell the coffee, and just say, you know what, it's fine, it's okay.
I mean, it's still very, 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 disheartening, this whole thing, because you don't know really what to think or feel about it. But I'm sure that there's going to be some, like I said, some spin on it, and that MJ is Ron Burkle in disguise, and he saved the ranch and all of this stuff. We shall see, because I hate to say this, and I don't even want to speak negative about the ranch, but I can tell that the ranch may be potentially demolished because I don't think this man is going to do anything in particular with the property. Hey, brother, brother, Randy, the plugs are not working. It's not working. My laptop is about to cut off. I don't know where you have it plugged in. Brother. That's but it just makes me really, really think like, could this actually be the end? I'm not saying it is the end, so don't quote me on that because I don't want anybody getting upset and hating me like I've had hate groups about me for me giving my honest and truthful opinion, which is something that people don't like to accept nowadays. I mean, when you give your honest, truthful opinion, there always has to be some negativity behind it, and I don't think that an opinion should come with negative feedback because it's just me being honest to you guys that I
Yeah,
don't know if this means the end, but could it actually be the end? Because I doubt if MJ was actually still here that he would have let that ranch go.
right,
Even though he didn't feel comfortable living there, and hear me out on this, even though that man did not feel comfortable living there, I doubt he would have let that property go. I
exactly.
really
I
doubt it.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I really do. And coming back on the spin that people want to
2020.
give to it, you know, um, I don't care about how many spins people give to it. I mean, I'm done with um trying to find a reason behind every single thing that happens and try to find logic in it, because this has no logic anymore. It is what it is. It's been sold. It's done and over
Thank
with.
you.
Oh, and yeah, I don't know. I'm just being honest as a person. It's outside the me thinking as a Moonwalker or a true MJ fan or whatever. It's me being a person and giving my thoughts to you guys and sharing it. But I just would feel that this is it for real. And I also do agree with Daryl that if Michael was still around, he would not let that ranch go at all. That's part of his legacy. And like I said, his personal stuff is being auctioned. You know, he's losing stuff. Now his Neverland ranch, which meant the world to him, is gone. And you know, about the twists and the turns behind all of this, if there was any logic, this Ron Burkle guy or whoever had the money back then could have bought the ranch a long time ago. Why now?
It beats me because I mean he's been around for a long time. He's owned a lot of businesses, according to what they're saying online, from some of the most popular supermarket chains that we shopped at here in New York, like A&P and Whole Foods. Yeah, Whole Foods with their expensive asses. He was owner of that, but of course lost his spot in each of those companies, and of course he's still left with billions because this man is worth 1.2 to 2.2 billion dollars.
Yeah.
So he was able to buy this property a long time ago. So I'm wondering what's the significance now of him buying the property versus him buying it a couple of years ago. Because a couple of years ago it was just as cheap, but maybe I think they wanted 26 million for it back in 2017 or 18.
Yeah, and even 31 million a couple of months back.
Yeah, and he was still
So
able to afford that.
exactly. So even I saw the comment, even because I heard about this whole project that they were gonna make it a refinery because there's oil under the ground or whatever. That would even make it more stupid. And I'm sorry to say this. I don't mean it in a disrespectful way, but that would be even more stupid of Michael, being the businessman that he was or is, to sell that land.
Has anyone heard anything new about Neverland? Nothing new besides the sale. But of course, there's a bunch of rumors floating around already since the sale. And I said I can't believe much because nothing has been any proof provided towards anything that I've heard. Like MJ being Ron Burkle and in disguise and buying the ranch. I wanted to see proof to that. I was told, oh, well, MJ is a master of disguise, so that's him. And I said, oh, goodness. I was like, please do a side by side profile or something like I'm used to seeing. Please, because I said, I want to see it. I mean, I said, I'm not doubting it, but I said, I'd like to see the same way, I put out a video or something and I get messages like, oh, well, I want to see proof to this and proof to that. And if I get that, I'll send screenshots of something and shut that down immediately, either a video clip or screenshots because I always have stuff on deck at all times. I don't put out anything I can't prove. Uh, he has no connections there, so for him it's no matter. I mean, he has no connections there at the ranch, but I mean, the only connection he had was the spirit that he pretty much put there and built around that property. That was his blood, sweat, and tears put into that property. That's the only thing that a lot of people seem to forget, even though there was nothing left for him after that raid back in 2003.
Hmm.
Even though there was nothing there, it still doesn't change the fact that he put his blood, sweat, and tears into that. And that's what made it hard for him to want to be there and why he never sold it in the first place. Because if you think about it, he left, went to Ireland, came back, moved to Virginia, came back, and then left Virginia, went to Las Vegas into Holmby Hills. He was all over the place except there, but he kept the property.
Hmm.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
and I mean him as a parent, would want to leave that, his legacy behind for his kids and for
Yeah.
his future grandchildren or whatever. So it doesn't make sense to me.
Something is fishy and doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. I mean, this is just us speaking as adults, not as Moonwalkers, not as MJ fans, but this is just outside the box as regular people because something doesn't seem right with this if you actually think about it. Like when you really think about it, something's not right behind any of this. But I'm pretty sure more will come out as time goes by. Maybe the beginning of next year, because now next year, January, is what the 1 year anniversary of the release of that mockumentary, LN. I don't want to say the name, but you guys know what it is.
Yeah. Hmm. Hey, Janesta. Happy holidays.
Maybe Ron is in on the hoax. Huh, you never know. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. But I would love to see, if there's a possibility of him being a part of it, I would love to see what has he hidden all of this time because it's been years since MJ was around P. Diddy. That photo with him and P. Diddy has to be in the late 90s at least. Because P. Diddy, God, P. Diddy is too selfish to have anybody around bigger than himself. And MJ was bigger than he was. But P. Diddy feels he's the biggest thing on the planet still. That wouldn't surprise me, though. The guy that bought it was on the Epstein. Was he on the Epstein flight blog? Dove. Oh, wow.
I have no idea. I haven't researched on him, but if he is, we don't know if it's true or not, and what his connection was to Epstein. Maybe they were just doing business. I mean, there was even a Michael Jackson on his list, but that was just a photographer. It wasn't the Michael Jackson that we're talking about. So we don't actually know.
Oh. Wait, what is this? I'm curious. Since she mentioned it, you know me. As soon as I hear it, I want to look immediately.
Sandy, why would he fight to keep it
Oh,
out
wow.
of foreclosure for it just to be sold now? Hmm.
That's a good one, Kimmy. Thank you for that. Wow. He was a friend of Jeffrey Epstein's, and apparently he spoke out publicly against him. And apparently he detests him, as it says. I'm like, wow. I had no clue about that. Thank you for that, Kimmy. Like I said, you guys inform me just as much as I inform you about. There's a lot that I don't know and that I do learn from you. I don't try to pretend to be a know-it-all. I told y'all that. I
He
am
went on
sorry.
several trips with Bill Clinton to Africa. Yeah, so was Chris Tucker, and everybody was going nuts. Oh, Chris Tucker's on the list. That doesn't mean anything.
I mean, them saying that he was on the list, they was like, oh, maybe he was out there doing the do as well. Because he likes young blondes and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I don't know. Because there's a lot of people
Mind
that
you,
probably went to that island and didn't have nothing
mind
to
you,
do
I
with.
I told you about this, Daryl, that his son, you know, passed away last year. So I doubt that this guy would even slightly would have something to do with kids. You get what I'm saying? So, rest
Right.
in peace for his son. But I just don't think that he would be mixed up in all that stuff. No, I
I
don't.
don't know.
I don't.
I mean, The estate had a stake in the ranch, but the main stake in the ranch was held by Colony Capital. Everyone seems to think
Yep.
that the estate held the true keys to the ranch, but they didn't. It was held by Colony Capital. Colony Capital had a larger share in the property of the ranch. The estate had the bare
Yep.
minimum. Because I
Yeah, and
seen
that's why
someone put 85%.
yeah, and Colony Capital were the ones who got rid of the animals and the rights because they thought that that way the property would sell sooner, but look at what happened. I'm just all over the place with my thoughts right now.
Says, but Paris lived there for a time. Did she live there? Because I've heard nothing about that. I've heard nothing about Paris ever living there, and I've heard many stories. And I will say this: I've asked for any pictures of Paris, or I was told all three of the children had lived there at one time. And I had asked, is there any photos or anything stating that they did live there after MJ passed away? And no one's provided me anything. And I'm not saying anybody has to provide me anything, but I mean, there would be some sort of photos. I mean, why wouldn't they want to take photos at the place that they're living? They're still young people. I mean, they might be grown now. Prince, uh, Paris, and Blanket was 18, 19 now. They're still
Hmm.
fairly young, and this is the age that we're in where these young folks like to take selfies every damn 5 minutes. They like to take selfies every 5 minutes or photos every 5 minutes. I cannot run into a young adult without them sticking their phone up in their face like this the whole time. I'm waiting for the Long Island Railroad today, and all I keep seeing is different people doing the selfie look, and I'm like, oh my god, put the phone down for like 5 seconds. Like, and I couldn't imagine them being on that property and never ever taking a photo and it never getting out.
They had the chance for that, Janesta, and they didn't step up. And if they're selling furniture, I'm just saying.
Why would he fight to keep it out of foreclosure for it just to be sold now? I'm still trying to figure that out because I mean the whole point in his getting involved with Colony Capital was to save the ranch. And now it just seems like now since Colony Capital has a major stock in the ranch itself, they have the say. The estate will get a cut out of which isn't going to be much because the estate had less of a cut, not a less of a cut, but a less stake in the Neverland Ranch than Colony Capital did. According to what I
They
had
did,
seen online, maybe a couple of years ago, that Colony Capital had owned 75% of the ranch, while the other 25% was owned by the estate.
but they're not even going to make that big of a profit. I mean, Michael bought it back way back when for 19.5 million, and they just sold it for 22 million. So that's pocket change for those people. That's pocket
For real.
change.
And the crazy thing about it is, they didn't even pretty much get the full value of what that property was worth because even though he had purchased it for $19.5 million back in 1988, what ended up happening is they ended up making $3 million more than what the ranch was purchased for. Not only that, but all the renovations that were done on that property. None of that was cheap. Period.
Periods.
Oh man,
But didn't MJ own part of Colony Capital? No, I
no.
don't think so. Colony Capital invested, and they gave Michael a loan, and probably he wasn't able to return the money in time or whatever. It was stipulated, and he lost it to Colony Capital, and it was in hands of Colony Capital and the state, and now it's in hands of Ron Burkle.
Let me see if I could pull that up now. Then while I'm you plug me up. You pl- that, oh wow, I see it moving now. Thank you. That's my production team. Let me stop. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah. So
Maybe.
while you're searching, I'll just talk to the people.
Yes.
Okay. So to come to the brothers and the sisters, if they would have wanted to buy the ranch, they had enough time. You get what I'm saying? So
Go in the house with no
if they
shoes on, Lonzo. Go in that house with no
if
shoes, boy. Sorry.
if they were willing to, that's okay. If they were willing to buy it and to save it for their brother, they would have. I know I would have if I would have had the money. So that's just my opinion about it. Your mic's muted.
I know I was telling my cousin to go in the house with no shoes on. It's like 20 degrees out here.
He's gonna get sick.
Yeah, just tell him go in the house. He's coming out here to see what I was doing. Oh man.
But I mean, to come
Yeah.
back on the money issue, we all think maybe that they have, like, they're sitting on money, and maybe we're wrong. I mean, it's the pandemic for everyone. Janet hasn't been performing or touring. The brothers haven't been able to tour, and a couple of them alongside Latoya, I think, was the case that they were building up this store to sell furniture. Doesn't that ring a bell with you guys? Like, they're in need of money, it seems.
Okay, I found the flight log. I see a
Okay,
person named Ron Burke, but is Ron Burke and Ron Burkle the same person?
I don't think so.
I don't think that they're the same person. I think that's two different people. This says Ron Burke. I mean, I could put it up on the screen for you guys. But I mean, it says Ron Burke. It doesn't say Ron Burkle on there. Wait, it is much bigger. The dots will connect. I mean, I'm hoping the
Mhm.
dots will connect so we could actually understand what is this. I mean, we're not saying that the hoax is over. I mean, people will hear that and go, "Oh my God, they're canceled." They said the hoax is over. No, what we're saying hypothetically is, what if the sale of this ranch is meaning MJ eventually gave up on his property once and for all, and maybe that he didn't just give up on it. Maybe something is not right with, and I don't want to say those words, but you never know. But you guys catch my
Yeah,
drift.
exactly. Sandy says Janet has been comprised. I read she was had by the what cabal. I pray not. I don't know what that means.
What is that? The cabal, or is that,
I have
or
no
is that
idea.
referring to Kabbalah? I don't know. And you said no sound. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, just want to make sure. But I mean, outside of this whole Neverland Ranch sale thing that's going on, there was something else that came out not too long ago about Pharrell Williams of the Neptunes. He made
Hmm.
some great songs. He made "Happy" frontin'. He's produced for Justin Bieber, Justin Timberlake. He attempted to produce for Michael Jackson and Prince, but according to him, that didn't work out. This is, you guys probably already heard it already, but I mean, Pharrell had said the first artist that he approached of big name status was even though he's worked with many others that were big names, but I mean the biggest of the biggest was Prince and Michael Jackson, especially when he was coming up in the music industry. This was around the time of the Invincible era, where Pharrell wanted to get a song on one of Prince's albums, and it was a song called Frontin'. I don't know if you guys remember that or have heard it, but he wrote that for Prince. And I had no clue about that until I watched that interview. I mean, I watched the interview this morning just before coming to the family compound, and I was like, wow. So he actually did get the chance to try to produce for these folks. And he said, not only Prince, but I tried to produce for Michael. And he was like, word, Michael? Really? And then once they went through the conversation, the host of the show, he's a rapper named Noriega. And, Pharrell had produced a bunch of songs that ended up going to Justin Timberlake that was originally for Michael Jackson. And I was just saying to Dove before we got on this live, I was like, some of the songs that Justin sang on that first Justified album, I could never see MJ singing. I don't know why, but I could see why MJ turned them down because they didn't have that swag that MJ brought to his music. Especially, like, that was demonstrating it for you, Dove, before we got on. Gonna rock your body. Like, I couldn't imagine him. I couldn't, like, we know Justin Timberlake sang the Rock Your Body song, and I couldn't imagine MJ singing Rock Your Body or Cry Me a River. Cry me a river. Cry me a river.
How about sexy back? I'm bringing sexy back.
I couldn't picture MJ doing that. And I'm like, no, I was like, that's not MJ's vibe at all. I couldn't even see that. And I mean, much respect to the producer that Pharrell is, because he's a very talented producer. I listen to a lot of his stuff on my phone. He's another artist that I do listen to. But I could not see MJ singing those particular songs. I was like, wait a minute. But who knows? Cry me a river. Cry me a river. Cry me a river. Oh. I love it. Ooh, ooh, I got it. Ooh. Yo, my family's gonna be
Hey,
like,
Gigi.
what is it?
Merry Christmas.
Just
Oh,
like,
the bad people. Okay, just saw it last week. Her name on the arrest records. Well, I pray that it's not
oh,
true.
wow, those people. Never mind. Okay, I got you, Sandy. God, I hope she's
Mhm.
not up with them. Oh, it's quiet outside. I'm spending time at the family compound. What's going on, Janesta? Dodo says Burkle ultimately decided the location was too remote and expensive for a club. I mean, I keep getting. Hold on, I'll be right back, Dove. Chat with them real fast. I'll be right back.
Okay, all right. Okay, let me get to the comments because you guys are on fire. Okay, hold up. There are some infos on the net saying new MJ's music are coming. Well, Carlos, they've been saying that for a long time, and we all know that there's been unreleased music and demos inside what they call the quote unquote vault, and the estate has done literally nothing, for the fans. Not new music, not unreleased songs, no mugs, no t-shirts, no nothing, nothing, nothing. So I'm kind of disappointed somehow. Yildiz, Neverland Ranch sold to billionaire for 22 million. Is this true? Yes, it is. Hi, Super Nikki. Sandy, yes. Neverland Ranch now belongs to Ronald Burkle. Let's see. Partnered with Colonial Capital, possibly owned it with them. Neverland's ownership became a joint venture between Colonial Capital LLC and Jackson in a deal that helped the King of Pop avert a foreclosure sale. Exactly. But, somehow I think that Michael just got so caught up with the whole, legal battles, let's call it that way, and probably didn't get to it, to give back the money or whatever was stipulated in their contracts or whatever, because he had to go away, quote unquote, back then. I'm doing good, Janesta. Thank you. My family's doing good. How's everybody on your end? Hope you guys had a great Christmas.
For Super
Okay.
Nikki, she says, "You believe the hoax will finally come to an end soon?" I mean, I don't know how soon it can come to an end, but it eventually has to end. I mean, it's not like, how can I put it?
He's not
I
forever.
mean, as much as we want to try to make the lyrics come to life, nobody is
Exactly.
actually forever. Nobody's
No.
forever. I mean, you can't. How do I put it? Hmm. Nobody's forever. Pretty much, for this hoax to go on another 20, 30 years, I'm not going to be researching the hoax 20, 30 years from now. I couldn't go on that long. I mean, after 11 years now, it still has me
Yeah.
wondering, where is this hoax going to take us? Because, I mean, as far as finding out where he is currently, which is what a lot of people is trying to do, I'm not going to do that. So that means eventually, even if the hoax doesn't come to an end, it's probably going to come to an end for me, because I don't see myself still chasing MJ and trying to find out where he is. I'm going to end up wanting to let this man live his life. He's going to need to live his life. I mean, for 11 years now, even though he left and he escaped to get away from a system that's broken in this world today, as he says, uh, I don't think that I would still keep chasing him and trying to bring to light where he is currently versus trying to put the pieces together still about how did we even get here in the first place. And that's pretty much what I still will continue to do as long as information from the past, because if you notice, information over the past now 11 years that wasn't out in the beginning when researching is now rolling out little by little. And I mean, there's going to be a time where that information will eventually halt. Who knows? I mean, not unless people just continue to make stuff up and make up secret characters like this is some damn video game or some game that they're playing. That's the only way to continue. I honestly see that. Like, it's going to be a whole bunch of games and additions like other channels are doing currently. And I don't get the gist of them playing with people's minds. I think it's disrespectful, deceitful, and disgusting. Oh wow, 3Ds, disrespectful, deceitful, and disgusting. I really do. I don't think it's right at all, because I see it, and people's feelings are wrapped up in trying to find out what exactly is going on and what happened to MJ. And in the process, they're getting people hopping online, pretending to be MJ, donate to me, I'm Michael, I'm Michael. But Michael does not need your money. And I keep telling people that when they tell me, oh, I've donated to Michael. And I was like, Michael does not need your money. Save your money. Spend it on your grandkids, your kids. Spend it on yourself. Go buy a hat, buy some shoes or something. But don't donate to these phonies online pretending to do that, because it's like, because I think it's so
Yeah.
wrong that you know people is putting their time and investing their time into trying to find out what happened to get gamed and toyed with. It hurts. It really
Yeah,
hurts.
yeah, it does.
Dodo says, according to the journal, Burkle called Tom Barak, the founder of Colony Capital, would still own the property jointly with Jackson's estate to see if he could purchase it. Yep, that would be the proper steps. He would have to go through Colony Capital first because Colony Capital owns the bulk of the property. 20 or 30. No, exactly, Sandy. I wouldn't make it 20 or 30 years. I mean, already 11 years in it. Can I actually do 9 more years trying to figure out this story? I don't want to be like a lifer on trying to find out what happened in this situation. I'm going to eventually come to a decision where I'm just going to now become a watcher. I don't know. I'm going to end up wanting to know what's what. But me as a researcher won't be blindsided by anything that comes out about this hoax. I would backtrack. I would look into whatever I'm told. I'm not, especially once I officially stop making videos and have my "this is it" moment where I have
Your
my
final,
last series.
your,
Yeah,
your final.
my final curtain call eventually will have to, you know, come one day. Not as in me dying or anything, but me as in, video editing and doing hoax research and stuff. One day I'm just gonna want to sit back and just learn from others if they're telling the truth, of course. Because I don't have time for
Look,
games. I will go off.
look at what Ola says. I can imagine Daryl saying, "Welcome to 900
Oh my god!
episode of Moonwalker Chat Podcast." That's so funny. He said so many
Seriously,
things, Janesta. Heal the world. Merry Christmas, wholeheartedly.
what's
Wonder
going
Man.
on,
He said,
guys? This is
uh,
episode 90. Wait, 983,613 of the Moonwalker Chat podcast.
yes.
I'm just Mr. P's replacement. Um, I don't know who he is, but I heard that he needed a replacement because he done caught COVID and like croaked on us or something. So he can't host the show. He's gone. That's it. I'm a replacement. I'm a clone.
And Carla says Michael Jackson is alive. The escape plan part 780. If Michael owned
Well,
50% of Sony, if he passed, who owns it then?
his stock was sold.
You know what? We talked about that the other day. Remember, Daryl, that we talked about the documents being in the wrong name and everything not making sense anymore?
Yeah.
So we don't even know who's who, where's what, and what's going on because the signatures don't make sense. The wills are being, if you can call it that, forged. There's two wills, the real one and the fake one, and I just don't know anymore.
Super Nikki says I found a YouTube channel that pretend to be Michael, but they are so mean the fans will look so identical to Michael. Because a lot of them are regular human beings. They aren't MJ. And a lot of the ones that are pretending to be MJ online are jackasses. And I hate to say that. I don't like to disrespect anybody, but I will if need be. And unfortunately, a lot of the ones that play these games online with MJ's fans are jackasses and assholes.
Yeah, and I disagree that they look identical to Michael. I do disagree on that.
Like recently, I saw someone pop up online
Yeah.
with doing a Christmas message or something, dressed like MJ, and I was like, I recognize your face, but it's okay. I know who you are.
Have a
Take
great day too, Kimmy. Enjoy your
care,
lunch. Love you
Kimmy.
too.
I'm like, I know who you are.
Hey,
So it's all good.
Souza. Merry Christmas.
Oh, she made it. What's up? What's up? Merry Christmas. Oh man, you hate that you miss being on your. Okay, well you made it today, Janesta. I'm like rocking back and forth. This is so fun.
Daryl, Dodo says, what And what's about Jack Crooner? Do you want to take that one?
I've never researched Jack Crooner, and I chose to opt out of researching Jack Crooner because I have shared with multiple people who have told me about Jack Crooner that I didn't agree with the whole Jack Crooner thing, and the fact that I was told that Jack Crooner and what is his doctor's name? You told me his name 1,000 times, and I can't remember it
Farshin,
off the top of my head. Doctor
Dr.
Farshin,
Farshin.
Farshin,
Yes,
Doctor
not Farchin.
Doctor
Farshin.
Farshin is the same person. And this is another thing that I was sent side by side comparisons with, and with him, Doctor Jack Crooner, Doctor Farshin, and MJ, and told that, oh my God, they're all the same. And I was like, no, they're not. Please don't do this to me. Don't do it to yourself. Stop confusing yourself because it's not true. I don't know. I've never researched that, and I've gave my opinion about it, and I've gotten cursed out about it. No, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know MJ because that is MJ in a disguise. And I was like, yes, I do know that MJ is a master of disguise, but do you think that MJ is in every fucking disguise on the planet? I mean, come on. Like, how many disguises do you think this man is going to hop in and out of over the course of a couple of years? Especially if he doesn't need to necessarily come out. I mean, I'm being told that he's been here, he's been there, and I've seen him in Brazil, I've seen him in Spain, I've seen him in Oklahoma. And these are the type of photos that I get. And I'm like, why are you guys playing games? This ain't cool. This is a serious matter here. Like, this isn't something to actually make and toy with. Like, this is a real human being here.
Yep.
Like, there's a YouTube channel that looks like So Fergo from Ashes, but it's not So Fergo, and he looks and dances really like Michael. Well, Nikki, you can send me a link to that on social media. I'm gonna check that out after. And trust me, you'll be seeing my name in the comment section. You'll be seeing me.
They're going to hold you accountable for that, Souza. Better watch out what you tell these people. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
If you're not live tonight, we're gonna hold it against you. No, I'm messing
Yes,
with you.
we're gonna come for you.
I'll be there. I have nothing to do today, so I'll be tuned in if you go live. You brought me some food. Oh. And I scoffed Doritos and never exercised. Thank you. Thank you. All right. MJ is cruel and I have tied too many things together. But I mean, I can't dissuade what you've researched, Sandy. So, but I've never researched that, and I've never believed that that was him. I mean, I've gotten that was MJ. Then I've gotten that Peter Medani was MJ. Then I've gotten that Damian G was MJ. Then I gotten that this Wonderland person was MJ. I mean, there's so many MJs. I'm confused of who actually is MJ anymore because I'm like, you're confusing me. Well, not you, but because I get a lot of messages. That's why it's hard to answer all the time. And I get a lot of, you didn't answer my message. And I'm like, if you see my inbox, I should screenshot one day and show what my inbox looks like because of my hoax videos. They don't even message me about the MJ innocent videos or anything. It's always about the hoax. Souza Gila. Oh, okay. I'm about to mispronounce the whole
Try it.
sentence.
Try to speak Dutch. Let's see how you do.
Souza Giluf, je wel dat de ranch verkocht is. Did I say it? Did I speak it
You
right?
did?
Just a little bit.
But you came pretty close. You came
I'm
close.
horrible. I'm horrible. Hey, if Michael is alive, we won't know who he is on the internet. He won't make himself that obvious. I mean, I've said that before, and I mean, I've gotten blocked, yelled at, cussed because I've not video chatted, but voice chatted with people because they want, oh, can I call you real quickly, and then I'll speak with them, and if I'm not agreeing, that's it. I'm in trouble. I'm like in red zone. I get yelled at, blocked,
You're
cussed out.
banned. You
Yeah,
you get
I
banned
had
for life.
and I'm like, me? And mind you, I'm not even arguing with them. I just want to know more about what they're trying to tell me. We all do that. I mean, like when someone said, especially even with my videos, I get more questions asked about what someone just seen. And I expect that because I'm like, you know what? Maybe I didn't give enough detail. So maybe they need more detail, and I don't have a problem answering those questions. She says she
Dodo
doesn't
says,
believe
but
it's true.
oh, Crooner is hanging around with Prince a lot. That was way back when. That's not even recently, Dodo.
I mean, I did see those photos. I won't deny that. I have seen the crooner photos with Prince and Omer, and they were hanging out on some yacht that looked like some pretty much like an indoor hangout spot, pool tables, the whole nine. I mean, I did see the photos, but I don't know
Hmm.
how totally true that is to that being MJ. Indeed, I sure will once I go inside. I know I'm reporting from outside today. I don't like confusion, Sandy. It's horrible. Confusion is like the worst when you want to understand something. I want to understand in full. I don't like to, feel confused about what I'm being told. So I want to, I want full information. Like I know how it is. What did I say? Trying to say this. Really? uh, wait. Why? Whoa, wait. Wire? Whoa. God, what does that say? Can
They're
anybody
messing
help
with
me out?
you, I think.
I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, good job, Ola. He's messing with me. Believe
Believe
none of
none
what
of
you
what you
hear.
hear.
Never. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I also agree, but to a certain extent, you know, because I'm pretty much done. Sue me if you want, but I'm pretty much done with the whole chasing and looking, and I'm done.
I
There's a
believe in
tweet.
everything. Wow. That sounds funny though. I believe in MJ more than you. Who was he referring to though when he said that?
He was responding to someone on Twitter, I think.
Oh, gotcha. I'm like, wait, that's crazy.
We need
I
to
saw.
catch up.
Uh,
Oh, it's a tongue twister? Well, I can't even pronounce that, Ola, so
oh
I'm not
wow,
going to try.
that's what that was. Dodo, do you have a confirmation on this? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, for sure. We definitely need to catch up. It's been a good while. Hope you had a happy holiday. Someone on Twitter. Oh, he went in on somebody on Twitter. Gotcha. I mean, he's a legend. You don't want to mess with him either. Yes. Well, you say yes. You heard his voice as he did a rehearsal as Jack Crooner. You have a link to that, Dodo? Anytime you send me links, I watch them. I watch them and I give my commentary. Y'all be ready to beat me up.
Yes, very spoiled. Ooh, What did you get, Sousa? Tell us. Spill the tea, girl. Way
Way
too
too.
much food.
Oh, Abigail
Chanel
said,
says, oh,
"Need
go
to
ahead.
see Jason said need to see MJ soon." Okay.
Okay. Chanel says, I'm very surprised that Lady Gaga didn't buy Neverland. She owns a lot of Michael's things. She does.
Hmm. But we shall see how this goes with this Burkle. What is it, Richard or Ron? I keep forgetting. Ron, I think Ron,
Ron,
right?
Ron. But if you
Oh
want to
man.
call him Richard, you can. I'm giving
Okay,
you permission.
Richard. Like, keep forgetting his name. Oh man, it was sold very cheap. Ah, yeah, it was only sold for $22 million. That's close to the price that MJ paid for it, and that was before the renovations. So wow, after renovations, the property still did. Then again, I guess with all the hoopla and the crap surrounding the, oh man, that played a lot in how much. She said Ronnie. Ronnie. Nerd stuff for my camera. Ooh, that's actually
Good
good.
stuff.
Hell
Good
yeah.
stuff for me, but boring for normal people. What are you call? What? Wow,
No, that's some
Susan.
good stuff. Being that she
That
does
is.
video editing, that is some good stuff. Hell yeah. Especially if you do video editing on your computer, more space is
Yes,
definitely needed.
exactly. Very needed.
No, hell yeah, that would excite the hell out of me. Like if somebody bought me some more memory for my computer. I mean, I
So I
purchased a
guess
2 terabyte thing.
I guess we're all nerds then.
I get
Did you
excited off
say Burkle?
of that.
Ronnie Burkle. That's the new
Burkle.
that's the new name.
Said Ron Weasley. Nice. Oh man, but we shall see what comes out of this. But time will tell once we hear more about it. Let's give it to the end of January, maybe even sooner, before we hear something else regarding this sale. Something's gonna come out. I feel it. Can you feel it? That's what I wonder. Can can y'all feel it?
I feel the wonderment.
Oh man, this is such a somber moment though. So all I can say is, cheers to the Neverland Ranch. I
Yeah.
never got a chance to go. I didn't get to stand outside the gates, but I always imagined what it was like to go.
And cheers to Ronnie for buying it. Congratulations.
I'm gonna kick Ronnie in the knee one good time though, because he's not gonna let
Yeah.
me visit. So yeah, he's not gonna let me visit there before they do whatever they do to it. So I'm mad at him. So I want to kick him in the knee one good time. Ron is an interesting character. I have been looking into him last year. Oh wow! So see, you were already looking into him, Souza, for a good while. I'm wondering what you're gonna come up on or for this guy because it's so many rumors surrounding him, and I just don't know. But I
What
know you'll eventually pull something out of what's going on with this guy.
Janesta, what do you think about HBO situation though? What do I think of it? I think it's gonna get tossed out and Michael's gonna win. Well, the estate is gonna win in this case. That's what I think.
I tell you, I'm just so sick of you.
You heard that?
Yeah. Yep. I'm so sick
Yeah. No, that's my cousin driving his mom crazy. That is too funny. He'd say getting in trouble. Go for the shin, Mr. B. Exactly. I'm gonna make sure I put on my steel toed boots, my Harley boots, like, and
you.
kick it. Juan is an interesting character. Maybe tonight. Oh, she heard it too. That is too funny.
that, that was so loud and clear.
Auntie, they heard you telling your son you're sick of him. You have a bunch of witnesses on his behalf live. Yeah, he's getting in trouble.
I believe it's all tied into everything that's going on with the election fraud and the takedown of Hollywood.
Could be. You never know. Because there's too much weird stuff going on in 2020. But somebody said 2020 who? And I agree. 2020 who? 2020 what? Because it's true. Like, oh man. Pamela said, sounds like my family too.
Oh yeah, we all go through that.
hmm That's funny though. Everybody heard that. I'm so sick of you. Yo, that is too. That's why I
every,
came outside.
every single parent says that at a point of their lives. I'm so sick of you.
No, he's grown though. He's 26. He gets on his
Doesn't
mother.
doesn't matter. It's
I know. That was too funny though. But yeah, he's friends with Trump.
Ron's kid died this
Said he
year. Yeah, his son was found dead.
is that Chucky? Okay, I got distracted. Oh wow.
Billionaire monopoly with Neverland. Yep.
No way! Hold on. Oh God, hold on.
Yeah. Okay, so let's wait until he comes back. But what do you guys have to say? Okay, hold on. He's friends with Trump, as is Tom Barack. Have y'all ever seen a spacecraft disappear in midair? No. You look cold. He's reporting from outside, and he was getting he was getting his stuff together earlier, getting comfortable outside. Yeah, but what do you think, Souza, about this Burkle guy? Do you think that it's tied to something since you've researched on him? Because to be honest, I've never even seen him on a picture until yesterday that someone shared it on my Facebook group, that I saw him together with P Diddy, Michael, and this Burkle guy.
Well, I'm back.
Welcome back, homie.
That was my cousin. I haven't seen him in years, and he popped up today. So I was like, during the holiday season, it's always good to go back to the family compound because I always get to see
Definitely.
everybody. Yes, we're like the Jacksons, but from New York. It's too many of us.
Reunited, and it feels so good.
Where did he go? Oh, gotcha.
Oh my God, everything is well.
Yeah,
Girl, do you
if
think
you have information, I'm definitely going to be there for your live tonight. He advises Trump with someone and was also connected to MJ. I mean, I did see the photo, so I'm like, I know he has some connection to him, but I'm like wondering what was the full connection. And I'm pretty sure you found some info on it. So I said if something was to come out, maybe she might find it. Maybe she has it because she's been researching this guy for a year now. So I definitely look forward to it. You can't tell me they would sell Neverland because they've been dropping that price up and down for the last couple of years. So it really has me baffled as to why it sold for so low.
Daryl, do you think that Michael might be right here in your life? Someone asked you. Well, not someone.
I never,
Nikki, Super Nikki.
I'm not even sure because I've been getting interesting people pop up that have never have popped up by the podcast before. And I think it might just be a little ploy or maybe a troll or something. Cause I'll get MJ popping up to my live, and literally it'll say MJ, and then they just keep spawning. Well, not spawning, spamming butterflies, and I'm like, why are you playing games? Cut this out. Come on. Exactly. I was just
Yeah.
saying that of Susan. I was just telling her that before we went live. And I was telling her about that yesterday. I was like, the land is worth so much more. I said, even if they were to sell the land for that cheap, the amount of properties that they would probably take and put on it, I don't know what they're going to actually do. But that land is worth way more than some $22 million. The acre,
Mhm.
there's too many acres of land for it to. I think it might have just been for the house. I wonder if that covered the entire land purchase.
Out. Run
Get your ass in that house. No shoes on. Y'all
Death
didn't hear me
Angel,
say
why do you think the Hollywood is hiding? Oh shoot! What? Hollywood is hiding the real pedophiles because of money and power. That's what I think.
that's all it's about. They like money, power, and the achrome. I don't want to say the full word because that's another YouTube flag.
Get off the stove.
See, so that might be her. She said that might be Pearl. Butterflies. Then again, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't consider that. I'm like, why the hell would MJ be popping up here leaving us butterflies? So it
Okay.
would surprise me. Okay, it would have surprised me if it's her popping up and leaving butterflies. I don't know, but you
Well,
guys have seen that before. All of you who tune in, you have seen that MJ person pop up literally while we're sitting here laughing and joking, chatting it up, and they'll
yep.
come and drop butterflies in the comment section.
And random words, believe, alive, and stuff like that. MJ
Right.
Airport, aircraft, MJ Air.
Whew.
Um,
Yeah, I can't.
Sorry, I
So,
had to do that.
Mr. P need a hug to stay warm from me. Only if you see what I got on. Oh my goodness, this. Jeez, I don't want to strip, but I have on a double insulated coat, so I'm like, I'm literally cooking right now. The only thing that's cold is my hands, but the rest of me, I'm cooking on the inside. This is horrible. I can't wait to take this thing off. It's like a double insulated. It's a ski coat, and this part connects to this zipper here, but I disconnected it so that way I could just zip up the inside. I'm like, no way, I can't have this whole thing zipped up. I would suffocate. But he didn't become owner. People thought Tom Barack bought it also. It was a refinance. Carlos says, wink, wink, nod, nod. Ha ha. Angie says, we are witnessing a domestic now, Mr. P. I know. I don't get your ass in that house. Yeah, because MJ would be so obvious. Susan says. Sandy says, yes, believe Michael has been in your chats. I would be excited if he actually popped up to one of my chats. Hola. Hola. Let me stop. Ola says, believe, heal the world,
Heal the
LOVE.
world,
Yes.
LOVE.
Aziza
And
999 says, on the History 20. Wait, it disappeared. On the History 25 album, Ron was among the people that Michael thanked. Oh, really? Wasn't aware of that. I'm going to look into the album credits. Keep that in memory.
hey, Gloria. Hello, Mamacita. Welcome,
Thank
welcome.
you. What's up, Gloria? Angie says that coat connects to this coat, the next coat connects to this. I know it's cold, but it keeps you overtly warm. It's too warm for that matter. I could have just worn the one layer by itself and still been good, but right now it's just my hands. It's like 20 degrees out here. Shaking my head. But yeah, I mean, do you guys have any feelings on this? Any questions for us or anything? You're making us look domestic. Stop.
You're making me look bad.
You hear me, Joe? No more. The funny thing is, that's my
She's
that's
gonna
my
kick your behind. Wait.
Aunt Joe. No more. No more.
She's gonna throw a shoe at you.
She's gonna tell me go outside to get a switch so she can beat me with it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yes, I want MJ to pop up on your chat. Really, Kay? Oh man. What's going on? What's going on? But yeah, that was pretty much what we had today. I mean, between the sale of Neverland Ranch and the whole Pharrell story about MJ. Oh wait, and Prince turning down his. I was like, seriously? But I said, then again, Kings of Music, they have every right to turn down and take down if they want, no matter what.
Yep.
Same temperature as in Detroit. Oh, so you guys got it cold out there too. Ha ha ha. But yeah, so if you guys don't have any more for us, we're gonna wrap up this podcast and I'm gonna get inside and get out of this hot coat before I suffocate because I can't do this anymore. Not this, but this.
Janessa
Like,
will resuscitate you if you if you
I
faint.
know. But as always, it's definitely always good popping up on live, doing the Moonwalkers Chat podcast with my homie and getting to chat with her, getting to chat with you guys, read your comments, hear your thoughts on this stuff. And pretty much as always, we share and trade information as members of the MJ community and family. So it's always wonderful to have you guys here. So thank you again
Yes.
for tuning in. And we hope that you had a fantastic holiday. And we will be back after the New Year's. Yes.
Yes. Enjoy, Souza. I'll tune
Enjoy
in. I don't know
your.
if I can join though.
I'll be tuning in tonight. And we will be seeing you guys after the New Year. So before we go, we just want to say in advance, happy holidays.
Happy
And
New Year.
Yes, happy New Year in
Love you
advance.
guys.
We love you guys. Much love, everybody. And definitely you'll be seeing us, what is it? January 3rd. Because that should be a Sunday. I believe New Year's is a Friday. Yeah, that should be it. But this was the Moonwalkers Chat podcast, y'all. And we are out of here. Peace, y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye.